Prepare yourself for just over 3 miles of waterlogged San Marino racetrack on board with Fisichella in the Jordan. Stay left on the pit straight. There's a long sweeping left ahead of you before the first complex, the Tamburello chicane. Let's look at that from an aerial view. 180 before braking, sweeping through the first part. 100 miles an hour in the middle, a short straight and a sweeping left-hander to finish. Now let's drive that section. A deceleration zone before the slightly slower mid-part. Carefully on the throttle, sweeping through the left-hander and then another squirt down to the Villeneuve chicane. Again, a decelerating left, a tighter right, a short straight into Tosa. Driving that section, it's 185 on the way in, braking and downshifting through the first left, 100 through the middle. Mind the curb on the exit, bring the car to the right and then down to second gear, just 60 miles an hour. Take the karting line, let the car slide to the outside, it's more grippy, but mind that white line. He's so careful on the throttle, bring it to the left, ready for the blind crest, heading into Piratella, 170 miles an hour. The front of the car sliding, he's desperately trying to get it into the corner. A slower Ferrari ahead of us, we sweep up the inside to Acqua Minerale, 170 miles an hour, down to 130, down to 70. Now you're heading uphill, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, before the Variante Alta. It's an 80 mile an hour chicane, blind to the driver, but from the helicopter it looks easy enough, doesn't it? As slippery as it is today though. Back on board with Fisichella then, down the gearbox, clipping the curb on the right, on the left, and squeezing the throttle so carefully on the exit. Heading downhill now towards Rivazza, 185 miles an hour. We're beginning to get in the spray of another car. There are the two Rivazzas. The first one slightly tighter at 60 miles an hour than the second at 80 miles an hour. You have to be careful under braking. And as soon as the speed decays, you can suddenly see the car ahead of you. Second Rivazza then, 80 through the apex. Back end of the car moving around a lot. Move to the left for a flying right-hander into the final chicane. Fisichella's got lots of confidence. He moves out of the spray of the BAR and sneaks up the inside curve. It's called the Variante Bassa. It's a sluggish 55 miles an hour, but it serves as the launch pad into a whole new lap.